We're going to cover just a few odds and ends here, including users and some settings in Google Maps here on this last video. If you want to make changes to users by deleting certain users or adding new ones, then we can come over here to all users, and we have more than one set up right now. If you want to make changes, say to a password for instance, you come in and you edit it, and you can make the change to the password down here. It has an automatically generated password that is secure. If you feel like you need to do something a little bit simpler, you can. If it's too simple, then it will say that it's a very weak one, and you will have to confirm that you are using that. Ideally, you would not make that kind of change. It puts your website at risk. So using what they have to offer is probably the best option for you. We're going to leave this page because we're not looking at making changes right now. If you want to delete someone, you simply click delete. And if you want to add a new user, then you enter in the information here, and then you can click add new user. You have several different levels of users. Pretty much any time that you're going to be creating a user, it will be for an administrator. It means they have full control of the website. If you find you have a need for something less than that, then you can try out one of these others, but most of them would not apply to what you are doing with your website right now anyway. Moving on down here to the settings, we can make changes to the site title, tagline, the time zone, site language, a few other things. Under writing, then these things for the most part are not going to be terribly relevant. You could make a change here if you need to, but probably won't ever find that need. For the reading settings, then we can make it so that it's not showing up on search engines. You could make it so that then if you were having a blog, you could control how many blog posts showed up. For discussion, then we can make changes to the comments and how we approve or disapprove comments if we are using that on the website. For media, you can make some changes to the default settings on thumbnails, but you probably don't want to do that. Permalinks make it so that then the links show up correctly, so rather than having it be a big long complex link like this, then instead we get to just have cadetforchrist.com/ministry or something of that nature. For Foobox free, there's really no reason why you would need to ever worry about this. Widget context, again, probably no need to ever worry about that. Those things should take care of themselves. Under Google Maps, we won't go over every detail, but you can manage your locations here. If your church suddenly moves, which I find unlikely, then you can come in here and edit where your church is, change the location, make it so that some of these things are a little different. We have it set up right now so that it is a church icon, and then when they click on that icon, then it will redirect them to a page that gives them directions to the church. You could change it so it's a drop instead of a bounce, and you can save that location. If you want to manage the maps instead, then you come here and you see that we have church location map, and it has some settings on zoom level, and it lets you know what the shortcode is in case you want to add that in somewhere other than where we have it right now. All these things are fairly simple to be controlling. If you ever want to add it into widget, you can go into widgets area here for the home page or the sidebar, and then there are options here that you can have. Just drag it over, select the map you want, click save, and it becomes live on the website. It's fairly easy to use.